What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the blue color playing as Ra. His name is Kimo. His opponent today in the red color playing as Hades. His name is Grass and Groom, or Grass the Kid. Or just Grass, because his name is too bloody long to fit into the thing. So we call him Grass. Alrighty, we have ourselves a Hades versus Ra matchup. Excited to see what Grass can bring to the table. Haven't really seen his Hades very often in this tournament. He's been trying to get a little bit more god diversity out of his god pool. We've been trying to play some Odin, trying to play some Egyptian here or there, some I guess some Hades here. But he is finding himself up against Kimo, and Kimo's Ra is a very scary thing to play against, that is for sure. But Kimo has been having some trouble with his Ra in this tournament thus far. We'll have to wait and see if Kimo is going to be able to make it work here in this game, and if he's going to go in with any sort of unique strategy or just go for something fairly normal here. You can see that he's got a beautiful town center here. My golly gosh, is this yummy. For those of you playing at home who want to be able to master the Egyptians, these sorts of town centers are the things you dream of. Why? Because it allows you to do crazy, fast, heroic strategies off of two town centers, which aren't possible otherwise. It allows you to do things where you have like an amazing, like, delayed farm and all the good stuff that comes from that. So Kimo here, he's going to be loving this map. Grass, on the other hand here, moving already over to this hunt is not something I would recommend. For those of you also trying to get better at this game, if you've got a bunch of hunt in your main base, don't build the second granary. Stay in your main base, eat all of this hunt, and you're wanting to save the hunt that's on this town center for when you build that second town center there. Because that allows you to immediately pop villagers out of the town center to eat the hunt. You have to send villagers up here anyways to build it. It's a much, much better way of taking advantage of these sort of second town centers. If you really want to build two granaries, I would recommend moving forward and eating the elephant here or eating the gazelle in your main base instead. That way you will definitely find yourself having a better time than moving all the way onto this hunt. But we'll see how things are going to go here for Grass. Kimo at this point chucking the temple down. Pigs moving in as well as the monument coming up. This is not looking to be the fastest of advance times here from Kimo. But even if he goes for a 430, so long as he just goes nothing but food and gold, you don't have to get wood here. This is the point I'm trying to make. You don't need to get wood with this map, with Ra. You can get that later. And Kimo is going to be in a very, very good position here. As the scout checking around. And we'll see what sort of a strategy Grass is going to be going for at this point. Athena coming through. Went for a 316, but kind of missed it ever so slightly there. As more villagers coming through for Kimo, and he is going up for a 430 there. 7 villagers on the gold at the moment. Might want to put another one or two here just to make sure he gets that town center up straight away. Do have the Katoska boss checking out over here, and he's going to be devastated to see all of that hunt on the town center and no easy way to get there. In order to get in and harass this hunt, you have to come through with the Chiron, through this way, swing around here, hug this, come in here, and then be harassing from this side. And you can put a stop to that with one wall on that location as well for Kimo if he wants to. Not only that, Kimo's also got the hunt over here that it's very, very easy to eat. And there's just plenty of hunt. There's plenty of food here for Kimo. And he's going to be able to drop that town center. The town center's in the front of the base as well. Not as good, but you could definitely go for the forward town center here as well. Or, as I accidentally hit play fast, or go for this town center is nice as well with a shifting sands play. And we are actually seeing Kimo going for that. Even with the best town center in the world, he wants the forward town center in this matchup. As what is Grass doing? Grass also going for his own forward town center here. And we do indeed see the Minotaur coming through, the Ajax coming through as well. as the Katoskabos comes in. Going to harass ever so slightly here as the Minotaur needs to get taken out. The Katoskabos here needs to get taken out as well here as the Wadjet comes through to try and push back that Katoskabos. So the Minotaur delaying the town center quite considerably here. Nice play thus far from Grass. The Chiron will make its way through here. This town center is going to be taking a long time to go up, and the villagers making their way over here, as I'm sure we're going to be seeing some sort of a shifting sands here. Surely shifting sands comes in as the villagers, they simply just leave. Who comes out ahead in this game? Obviously, all the resources come back for Grass. All the resources come back for Grass. But Kimo can move over and grab this town center, I guess. And Grass is getting the back town center here. The village is in the center of the map. What is he going to do with them? He can jump onto the elephant, I guess. That's wild. Kimo gets absolutely shut down there, though. That's I'm not 100% sure who's in front right now. As the Pharaoh getting caught up here. If Grass marked that a little bit better, he may have got the kill. And the Chiron misses. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. But we do indeed see the shifting set. Oh no. Oh no. Poor Kimo. He just can't get any luck in this game. He just can't get any luck. Town center on the way. Chiron might even be able to come over here and snipe that 8 HP Pharaoh there. But looks like the town center will indeed get up. As the priest's going to come over here and throw the pebbles at Ajax. And Ajax is like, looks like the Ajax will most likely die here. And the tower will most likely not die. Feels bad. Town center up. Villagers on the hunt over here. And the game continues. There's archery. There's so much. I just don't understand. I don't understand the archery range at this point. Just stables. Stables, stables, more stables. If you really want to build something not named a Hippocon here, build yourself some hoplites. Archery ranges, they're just not that good. It's going to allow Kimo, and honestly, especially with the hunt in his base here, Kimo should, it looks like Kimo is going for a farm in the classical age, but Kimo should have been able to get a heroic age here with this hunt. And he could have just jumped everyone onto wood and just gone for mass chariot archers, saving the rain for even later in the game. There's the Chiron. Wandering forward, Shadoof, pickaxe coming in. One thing that I will note is that if Kimo with shifting sands his villagers onto that Ford town center, it would have been up. Instead of using the shifting sands on the Chiron, he would have finished the town center 100% of the time, every single time. As the villager getting pushed back, Chiron comes forward. Chiron been a little bit of an annoyance here for Kimo, but he is taking a lot of damage from that town center as the third town center now on the way for Grass. A little bit of an ordering error here from Grass. If you wanted to go 3 town centers, probably want to put that up before these units start coming up. There's not really any need against Ra to start your production before your third town center because, unless you scout out like a 2 town center spearman thing, where they're basically making the spearmen to prevent you going for a third town center, then you have to make some units. But if you don't see that, just rush that third town center up, no problems. And you're going to have a much better time moving forward in the game. As rain is coming through now for Kimo. Going to be putting up the resource. Some reason here, Kimo is in front on villagers. I cannot understand. After all is said and done, Grass got the town center up first. He must have had tons of idle time in terms of houses. So you can see 57 of 65 population here. Not getting his houses down has been seemingly hindering Grass in this game. Some more houses coming up, and Kimo will be able to click up through Hathor right away. He's got a beautiful gold mine over on this side of the map with the wall here, the towers. There is an opening on this side here as the villagers come up there. There is an unlucky... Well, I mean, this isn't unlucky. This is normal. It's normal to put a crocodile spawn normally spawns on these kind of... The spots over here, you see the same thing for grass, but Kimo's a bit lucky that the crocodile spawns on the top side instead of the bottom side. So his villager gets that wall up for free instead of having to send something over to deal with that crocodile. As the villager's now coming over onto the gold mine, and grass is going to be ready to start spamming those units out. Still housed yet again. You really got to be on top of your houses here. That's one way to be on top of your houses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 300 wood used. So this is effectively what Grass has done here is he's auto-queued his houses. Right? He doesn't have to think about it. They're all automatically going to be coming up. So if you guys want to figure out how to never get house again, just spend all of your resources first on houses. Fantastic. Obviously, Egyptian players, they know this all too well because their houses are free. But neither here nor there. Laziness at its best. Okay. Rock coming in now for Kimo. The rock is, unfortunately for Ra, the rock is a kind of a useless unit here as the Chiron... Where are you going? Grass, literally, it's just here. Run underneath the rock. Underneath it. I get angry whenever I see a rock do anything against Hades because there is no reason for it to do anything against Hades. Literally. We do see some raids now coming up to the top gold mine over here. Villagers getting caught out as the Chiron now sitting idly by. We do see a Locust coming in as that's going to be a 5 villager kill for Kimo there. Nice little fight. Gets that one done. But we do see a marker coming up. We'll see a fast heroic or mythic here after all is said and done as the rock is still flying around getting anything out. I'll say it once more because I say it pretty much every time. But if you put the Chiron underneath the rock, literally right where the shadow is, the Chiron will kill the rock before it gets out of its range. If you click right away on the very edge of the rock, the Chiron will not kill the rock. So small things like that are very, very important. So now Grass is starting to take these fights as Kimo can very easily win this here with some decent control on the units. He's going to decide to pull back, pick off a couple of units here or there, taking down those Hippocon nicely. As a little bit scared of the Toxotes here, but it doesn't matter because look, the cavalry and chariot archers dodge those Toxotes. They are very, very useless here. As we do see now that the rock has been taken out, but the Patsukos drops in onto this position and he's going to attempt to pick off some villages. Hasn't managed to pick off one, but has done a lot of half damages onto all these villages as the Chiron slowly finishing this one off. And we do indeed see Osiris coming through here for Kimo as he wants to get that incredibly strong army set up, raring to go against Grass, who is, I mean, honestly, Grass here, he needs, well, he does have 6 military buildings, but my suggestion for this matchup is to go to 10 military buildings because you're going to, especially when you're 3 town centers, 80 villages, 10 military buildings, and we are seeing more coming up, means you're going to be able to repopulate that army immediately because you know what's going to be dying. You know you're in front on the economy, so you've got to figure out a way to stay in front, and we'll see how it's all going to go. As the Chiron coming back over here, the raid's looking around. No wall on this position. Big, big mistake here from Grass. He's got the wall over here. He's taking out the crocodile, putting the wall here. Just needs to finish up all of that. More buildings are coming down all around the map, which I do love. So it looks like Grass will be able to make the spam happen. He's also got that Aphrodite for the curse, and he will be hitting that heroic age a little bit before Kimo's mythic age. While this is going on, Kimo's now making a move forward. Amygdala's stronghold just out of the line of sight, it seems, of those units of Grass and Groom. It's Grass and Groom getting some more buildings set up. The Chariot Arch is looking to dive potentially into the main base. I don't think it would be a bad idea to just curse this here and take out all those units. You continue putting pressure into the middle of the map here. So we do see curse down. Units still coming through here. You can just chase those down with a handful of Hippocon. No problems there. As Son of Osiris comes down onto this position, Amygdala's stronghold comes up. We see more buildings coming down for Grass at this point. He needs to get his upgrades immediately here. One of the big weaknesses for Kimo at this point is he hasn't put any resources into upgrading his army, which means that heavy Hippocon and heavy Toxotes would be a huge advantage. We do see Hephaestus here instead for Grass, which I'm thinking is a little bit of a mistake here. I don't think it's that important to rush Hephaestus in this matchup. I think it's much more important to get those upgrades out to be able to actually fight in the heroic age. As we see the mummy trading its life there for the Chiron and the Ajax, as the Son of Osiris gets caught out here in the middle of nowhere. Can Grass stop that Son of Osiris from retreating? He's trying to path block to allow those Toxotes to get some good damage done. Nice play here from Grass as Kimo's Son of Osiris still retreating back, trying to keep it from retreating, but he's not able. He's still getting the damage done onto it. Son of Osiris down to 300 HP as Grass manages to make that work nicely. It looks like he's not spamming units out at this point, though, as he's about to drop down to 100 population after all is said and done. The Son of Osiris is back out. Heavy cavalry coming through at this point as well, as the units they need to be getting trained to. We see a fortress coming up. Maybe Grass is going to be going straight in for those Heliopolis that are so very, very good. But heavy cavalry on the way. He needs to pump out his cavalry. Why isn't he start? I don't know what he's waiting for in terms of the resources here. He needs to get back up to full population. There's flood control coinage coming through for Kimo. Town center on the way. We do see the Son of Osiris getting chased down here still by Grass, as Kimo has to jump that one back into the Migdol stronghold. And Grass is back up to 137 population, trying to push through here, trying to take out the Kimo units. Kimo trying to micro to the best of his ability as more units piling in onto this position. Village is falling. Son of Osiris trying to empower up the town center here, as we do have that restoration coming in, as the army has to retreat back. But I mean, these Toxotes, are they enough here to help out? Grass has got himself a decent amount of resources here. Where's the plenty of it? It is there. Part of me feels like an earthquake onto this Migdol would have been maybe a more clean idea here for Grass, but he's gone for the Hephaestus. And Kimo's going to be retreating back over here. We do see some villages up, walls coming down on this position as well for Grass, as this is all going on. He is very active on the map as that Son of Osiris pops back out, still with 228 HP. The reason why Artemis was probably a little bit of a better idea here is picking off the Migdol stronghold means you cannot keep diving in and out of that Migdol, as some mercenary cavalry are coming through here. They still have a significant amount of lifespan left as they move in onto this position here. As we do see that Colossus coming through, going to start targeting down that town center, I'm sure, to prevent that from finishing up as the units piling in here. We see Forge of Olympus on the way now for Grass, as he's going to attempt to stay alive in this game. His fortress is up. The Heliopolis are starting to get trained, or one has popped out, but he needs to continue moving that forward. Honestly, maybe a better idea would have been, actually Heliopolis is pretty strong, but maybe a better idea would have been the fortified town centers first here for Grass. But nonetheless, or even like heavy archers maybe would have been a decent idea. But the mercenary cavalry just continuing to pile through here, as Kimo's already set up 15 camel caravans. He doesn't have anything on the trade route empowering it, but the Pharaoh comes through. The priest comes through to help empower the town center up. It's not the strongest. It's only like a 30% boost to the build increase, as opposed to a 75% boost that comes from everything else, from the Pharaoh and the Son of Osiris. But it's still going to help out quite a bit, as it does look like Kimo has managed to secure himself the town center. But securing the town center does not mean a one game by any stretch here. This is Hades after all, as the buildings, the Heliopolis starting to push through. Kimo has got himself set up on the map. Now throwing down another siege works. He still hasn't got himself the upgrades for his units. Plenty of wood in the bank onto this gold mine at the top side of the map, onto this gold mine over onto the side of the map here as well, as now the Heliopolis are in here. One way to play this is to actually garrison inside of the Heliopolis to make the Chariot Archers target them down as an idea. As the Son of Osiris gets pushed back, we'll see if Grass is going to try and micro his Heliopolis in front, which it does look like he is managing to do that here. Still no fortified town centers for Grass, as Kimo's got himself a significant advantage right now in terms of population, but the fortified town center does end up coming through here as bronze weapons, bronze mail, bronze shields coming in. If you take a look at Kimo's upgrades, he's only got himself copper shields at this point as the Toxotes is targeting down the Son of Osiris yet again, slowly chipping away at that HP as it's sitting back here, 110 HP, trying to stay alive as best as he possibly can here. More mercenary cavalry coming out as Grass pulls back here. Let's see what's happening up here. A cheeky siege works attempted by Kimo as the dock is up for Grass as well. Siege works over there as well. The army pushing back onto this position, and it's a very strange game here at the moment because Kimo, technically speaking, he's in a better position, but the armory upgrades just popping now for Grass. The fortified town center is just popping through as well, and the Son of Osiris popping through. This could turn at any point here if Grass can take some good fights. He's starting to make those hoplites as well, which are going to help out quite a bit against the cavalry and against those mercenary cavalry as well. But at this point here, Grass needs to start thinking about how can he set up maybe on this location here to take advantage of this point here to target this town center down would be the best way forward here for Grass, or at least if he wants to he could just try and set up here with some towers as well. Now Iron Mail, Iron Shields, Heavy Archers coming through. Kimo's got plenty of upgrades as well, or resources I should say. He's now getting himself that champion upgrades here to boot as the Heliopolis. These are very strong at this point as the Son of Osiris. Grass needs to continue targeting this bad boy down. He's doing so much damage on these fights, but Iron Mail, Iron Shield's going to be coming through very shortly here as the Son of Osiris getting targeted down. There does get garrisoned into the town center. It retreats back to 83 HP there. Still Grass and Groove full population roughly as he's able to hold while fighting underneath the town center with those mercenary cavalry being spammed out. The Heliopolis all clicking on to the fortified town centers at this point as the Son of Osiris down to 83 HP. Hippocon trying to get in. Nice micro yet again there by Kimo there. He's now going to have to start using the Pharaoh power there to keep the town center alive as New Kingdom coming through for Kimo as well to help out his economy even more. In this game, he's got himself 28 camel caravans as well, and Grass has not started himself the trade route just yet. He's finally started it there, so a significant advantage for Kimo in terms of the economy has been established, but Grass is full armor at this point, only missing the weapons armor here, so it's very scary for Kimo because he can't really fight this army at this point. As the unit's starting to break through here, Heliopolis going to be able to take out the or tank a little bit. If you're playing here from Grass and Groom's perspective, always move those Heliopolis forward and then attack the chariots. It forces your opponent to have to micro their chariots in order to do any DPS at all. Effectively goes from 12 times 11.9 DPS down to 11.9 DPS. But that's not quite happening here as the Son of Osiris gets back into business. The army here of Grass is still very strong. Irrigation coming through for Grass as well as he's still trying to break through onto this location. Kimo desperately trying to hold on here as he jumps through the fortified town center, trying to hold on. We're starting to see some towers coming up here as well as the Grass and Groom units slowly falling here as he's just, I mean, he doesn't have the, I don't know how, but he doesn't have the, well, I do know how. He's throwing units away here, not able to take out the Son of Osiris. That Son of Osiris is carrying Kimo through with the lack of upgrades that Kimo's got. Kimo now getting himself Iron Shields as well, which is basically a cue to Grass to move away from those Toxotes. As we see the Hippocon coming through, going to get a little bit more damage done onto that Son of Osiris. 50 HP, 40 HP, 12 HP, and does it fall? And it does fall there as Grass will now start being able to hard win the fights, but Kimo's now going to be Iron Shields. He's got only copper mail and copper weapons, so he's still a little bit behind on that one. Obviously, Grass has got a ways to go to get himself up to fully upgraded units as well. He's getting himself the iron weapons, flood control coming through as well here in this game, as the units here for Grass still clashing in onto this position. One of the big things that we've learned through the years of play against Ra and against Egyptian in general is when you're trying to assault an Egyptian town center, it is vitally important to put up towers to help you, and even more so with Hades, it's important to do so. And right at this point, we aren't really seeing that Grass has managed to set those up, and therefore he's trading, and he's kind of trading probably equally to some degree, but Kimo's economy is better than Grass's, so slowly but surely Kimo is going to be able to start getting his own upgrades and starting to push back here in this game. So Grass desperately needs to maybe stop fighting, get his upgrades, get some towers down, and he should be in a decent position, as we are seeing the villagers now sneaking through onto this location, wanting to put a dock up here. I mean, he could put a dock up. I don't understand this dock, but the town center, I think it's in range of ballast of fire here, and that's what Kimo is thinking here as he throws the dock down. We do see a transport ship though for Grass as he wants to put some sort of pressure onto this position as the Colossus breaking through here. Chariot Archers pulling back, and they're just not able to take down these units here with the current armory upgrades. We do see iron weapons is coming through for Kimo. He's about to be effectively caught up here as these Colossus trying to push through. Town center in a tough position here, as well as we see the walls coming up, towers coming up as Kimo's trying to set up here. Does Grass and Groom have himself the upgrade? No carrier pigeons, no signal fires here at this point, as Kimo is able to hold here as champion archers coming through for Grass to help him out. He still doesn't have those champion infantry here either, as a fortress is coming up on this position. And I don't think Grass is aware that this is a problem for him. And I do believe that this town center is also a problem. And look at this. Kimo's already set up. He's got his docks. He knows the guard tower is in position. You can set up the docks over here as well and start that siege from afar. But Kimo wants to be right in, ready to go here. As the Pharaoh empowering this town center, you have to snipe that Pharaoh down. Otherwise, the empower rate is so obscenely strong. Another way to play here, as we are starting to see the Gastrofidi coming in, but Grass does not have himself the burning pitch upgrade just yet, which means those Gastrofidi, they don't do any damage at all without burning pitch. I mean, they do some, but it's really not that much as the Pharaoh jumps in and out. Colossus gets taken out by the mummy. Nice play there from Kimo as Grass is getting himself another fortress up on this position. He needs towers, and he needs to get himself some towers, and he needs to get himself some crenellation and some Petropolis here to continue this assault a little bit better. But Kimo is held strong. Look at the resources. Kimo can now start thinking about a Titan or a Wonder here in this position, because he's just that much. He has that many more economic units than Grass does, and Grass is just not. He's just throwing his head against this brick wall that is Kimo, and Kimo's just happily spamming the mercenary out, defending. Town center back up to full HP. Doc over here making those siege, those war barges. Transport ship is off to drop onto this position for Grass to start trying to make an attack onto the trade route of Kimo. It's very, very defensive over there. Siege towers trying to break through the fortresses on the front here. The fortresses will start helping quite significantly in this fight for Grass, but he just does not have the resources, it seems, to make those units back out. Or at least he doesn't have the speed or the military production up, as he's spending all his resources pretty nicely here as the siege tower about to fall here. Looks like the fortress will most likely survive. 57 HP, gonna have to repair that one back up. But yeah, with the damage that these fortresses are doing, Grass should be able to push back here. But the problem is, and we do see that Grass has spotted it, the problem is those towers are up and the war barges are up. And the only answer to this, once towers and the war barges are through, is your own siege weapons here. You can defend it with like a Petropolis or something like that. It can always work. We do see an archery range coming through here for Grass. He wants to start making the Gastrofidis to put pressure on over here as well, as we still don't have burning pitch through here for Grass. He still doesn't have that burning pitch, which means his Gastrofidi just don't do that much damage. As the Heliopolis coming through here, we will be seeing the dock getting taken out. And that means this fortified town center has got no defense here. There is a Heliopolis here. That will be a good job. The mummy going to come over here and deal with the Colossus. Though, as the villagers drop out of that location, another dock getting thrown down there is the... as the Oxy War Barge is ready to start targeting the fortified town center down. Meanwhile, Gas Graffiti do come in here. And look at the damage. It's like 11 damage. Or 12 damage. You need burning pitch grass. Stop building these units until you get it. It's like 100. It's like 150 resources with the upgrade, right? Oh, it's apparently 200 and 120. I think it's cheaper than that. I don't think that's right. Someone confirm for me in chat how much burning pitch with Forge of Olympus is. There's the town center getting taken down. We do see the dock is up. Grass has not yet started himself those pentaconters he needs to take out the war barges. The town center is getting closer and closer to falling. Villagers having to get pulled off the food there to repair is not going to be an easy thing. More guard towers coming down here for Kimo as he's trying to defend this with the mercenary cavalry. I do think if he's got the Medjai upgrade, you can never check it for some reason. It doesn't pop up in the tooltips. But if you got Medjai, I would be going for, and as much trade as Kimo has here, I'd be going for mercenary infantry out of the hometowns, out of the Ford town center, and mercenary cavalry out of the hometown center. As we see Monument to the Gods coming down here for Kimo as well, so he can get as many mummies out as he possibly can. As the town center almost falling here, we do see the tower that's up on this position has been enough here to hold these Oxy war barges. There's some more cabinets coming out here, villagers coming over onto the dock, onto that position there as well. As the catapult getting pulled back into this position, Kimo's just like, I have all the economy in the world. Let me get every upgrade under the sun. He's got medium slingers queued up. Don't ask me why. He's also got champion axemen. He hasn't built a single axeman. Oh, there they are. Some axemen coming out to try and deal with those hoplites. To me, I don't rate axemen in the slightest. I think axemen in this matchup are really, really bad because they don't have any bonus against the Heliopolis. The problem here for Grass is he probably can hold in this position forever, but he can't hold this position here forever. Still trying to make his way through. More gas graffiti with no burning pitch. Oh dear. Oh dear. More Heliopolis pushing in. Grass, I mean, he's got infinite population here. He can keep on sending units into the meat grinder. The Kimo's all across the map. Axemen trying to take down this fortress. They don't really do all too much there. As now Kimo, it looks like he's broken through the walls of Grass, pushing in onto this position as well here. So now the Oxy War Barge trying to break in to take out the town center yet again. He probably could kill off the Sentinel here. As the villagers, they can go in and shank the War Barge. I don't think that the villagers have got a bonus damage against siege ships because they're not considered siege. Maybe they are. I don't know. The Grass gets a little bit of reprieve over there as Kimo's still flooding in onto this position. The siege tower is going to be breaking down these fortresses here. No effort really made to invade on this position over here either. If you can't push here, and there's all these towers here, you can always make a move down to this spot. Put some towers in, get set up in advance, and then get going. It's just one of those things that happens in Asian mythology with some of the top players, is they get kind of fixated on one location on the map, but the map is huge. You should be fighting everywhere. As we see the... Did Grass delete his temple, or did all those Hades Shades just sit there idle for ages? The Hades Shades come through to help out, but... I don't know. Siege ships back, targeting down this town center. Grass loses the town center. It's basically game over here. The temple got destroyed. And in that moment, Grass does decide to tap out. as Kimo manages to hold here against the overwhelming pressure of the Hades here. Even after that beautiful early game from Grass where he completely sent Kimo packing. You got to ask the questions here. What could Grass have done better? And honestly, there was a lot of stuff that he could have done better here in this game. But Kimo shows why he's one of the best here. Resilient as ever, taking that awful early game and making it into something, and manages to find a win in this game. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.